Hello, it's Jay here again and welcome to another tutorial. In this lesson, we're continuing on with the player fatigued block. Now, in the last lesson, I spoke about the order. We put these if blocks in, where we check to make sure we cannot go below our minimum values. Now, hopefully in this lesson, once we have a few more lines of code in place, you will understand a little bit better why these orders are important. So I'm going to come here. Now I'm below the hunger and hydration, but I'm above where the health, where we check to make sure that the current health cannot go below the minimum. And we'll say if open and close brackets will open and close. Now we'll come inside this first set of brackets and we'll say underscore, and we want the current player hunger double equals, and we'll say underscore, and we want the minimum player hunger double and now we want the current player hydration, but this time it's a greater than our minimum player hydration. And then we'll come inside these brackets here. We'll say underscore, and we want the current player health, and we're going to say minus, then equals, underscore player, and we want the health low drain speed. So please make sure it's the low drain speed you select here, and as always it's times time dot delta time. So we'll close the line off here, and I'll put the comment above, and we'll say if current hunger is equal to minimum hunger and current hydration is greater than the minimum. And if it is, we'll put in the comments here, then minus health low drain from player health. So we'll go through this line. If our current hunger equals minimum, but we still have some hydration left, then we're only going to drain the health slowly. And this is what I was explaining about these checks being in the right order. You see, we have the fixes to make sure we cannot go below the minimum hunger before we implement this line here because of this part of the code. And then we minus from the current player health, but then we check to make sure that it cannot go below, and if this line has made it go below, then we make it equal to the minimum health, and then we can change states based on the fact that we have run out of health. And what we'll do is we'll just copy this line and we'll paste it in below, and all we're going to do is swap things around. So I'll cut this and we'll say and we'll paste it in. We'll get rid of the two ands on the end and we'll swap these functions here. So this time we'll say if current player hydration equals the minimum, but this time if current player hunger is still greater than minimum hunger, and we'll change the comment. So if current hydration is equal to minimum hydration, current hunger is greater than minimum hunger, and we'll still drain at the low drain speed. And then we'll come below here. But what happens if they are both at minimum? Then we'll say if, we'll open and close brackets, we'll open and close. And what I'll do is I'll just copy and paste this part of code into the first set of brackets here, and we'll just change the greater than to a double equals as well. And we'll put it into the comments. So we'll say if current hydration equals the minimum hydration and current hunger equals the minimum hunger. And then we'll come inside those brackets there, and if that does happen, if both are at minimum, then we'll say current player health, and this time we'll say minus and equals, and this time we want the high drain speed. So there we go. And again, times time dot delta time, and we'll put it into the comment. So we'll say then minus health high drain speed from player health, and we'll save that off there. And I think we'll leave it here for this lesson, and I hope now, as I was explaining in the last lesson, why we put these fixes into every block, because sometimes we need to change the order in which they are read. And again, like I stated in the enemy AI tutorial, this is the reason for making a finite state machine. As you can see, we have a fairly lengthy script now, but because we've implemented this switch block, which is a finite state machine, only a single block of code is being read at any one time. So it helps greatly with optimization within your game. So with that said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to see you next time, and until then, as always, bye for now.